How's it going, you sexy beasts? My name's Dexter. I am back finally. I know I've been gone for quite a long time, like 10 days. I fully didn't give you guys like 100% notice what was happening or what was doing. I think I mentioned it like once or twice in my Discord. If you guys aren't following that, I know like a lot of you guys aren't following that, but if you want to, it's in my description. Other than that, I went to VidCon. Went to VidCon last week, left on Tuesday. And this is kind of telling you why I might not be a little bit happy. It's nothing really to do about just VidCon, more about what happened to me at VidCon, and especially day one. So basically what happened is I actually got mugged right outside VidCon, walking to VidCon day one. So I'm basically just going to tell you kind of what happened and show you now that, because when I do my VidCon video, half of my footage isn't there. Like the very beginning half of my footage isn't there. So basically, I woke up the Wednesday morning, didn't realize that I had to wait to a certain time till I can go get my badge, which is like this kind of badge like this right here. So you gotta go register to get these badges. So I started walking down the main, it's basically the main strip. It has like all the hotels on it, like Disneyland is just like right around the corner, and then I'm at the Anaheim Convention Center in California. So I probably had a 5-minute walk from my hotel to the convention center. So I got about halfway there and I realized that I am actually an hour early. So I didn't really just want to stand around. I'm kind of like a shy person, so like I'm not really just one to short talk with somebody for like an hour that I've never met. So I decided to just basically walk around the block. And I don't know if it's the same for your guys' cities or wherever, but their cities down there and their blocks down there, sorry, are like a mile by a mile. Blocks in Canada, where I live here, are not that big. They're like maybe not even like a quarter mile long, like maybe like 100 feet by 100 feet. Like they're super small. But anyways, so I decided to walk around the entire block. So I went back up the strip, took a right, and again, this doesn't look like, it didn't look like a bad neighborhood or anything. Like it still looked like I was just in regular, decent LA or decent Anaheim, I guess, because I'm in Anaheim. So when I was walking back, like I said, so I started, I basically was just going to do the whole square. So I walked up, walked around, came back down, and again, it looked perfectly fine. And these two Hispanic guys were walking in front of me, coming towards me. And normally how people will either go to one side or to your right, like to your left, they'll move out of your way, especially if it's like a group of people. They normally shift to like one side of you, like you go to the right, they go to the left. Well, as soon as I got kind of close to these guys, I noticed that they kind of opened up and wanted me to walk through them. And at this time, I had my camera around my neck, my T6i camera. I had my phone in my back pocket, my Google Pixel phone. And luckily, thank to God, I didn't have my wallet on me, because if I did, then I would have been actually screwed. I had my credit card in my back pocket, but that's it. Anyways, so this guy, first guy stops me, and the other guy comes up behind me, puts something in my back. At this point, I thought he was joking. Like I can see the Disneyland roller coasters. I think I like pinned it on Google Maps. I think I was like not even half a mile away from the VidCon convention center. Also note, this is now like 9:30 in the morning. It is pure daylight out, and I'm walking along a main street. For any of you guys who know the Anaheim layout or streets, I was walking along Orangewood, which, like I said, is like right next to the Anaheim Convention Center. So the first guy stops me. The second guy, a bit taller, comes up behind me, puts something on my back, which feels like a gun. And the first guy in front of me looks at me and he says, "Give me all your stuff." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" Again, I thought he was joking. I'm laughing at the guy now because I think this guy's joking, and it's just I don't know what to do in that scenario. Like I didn't think it would happen in broad daylight, something like that. Like you don't think that would happen. So anyways, I don't do anything. I'm sitting there not doing anything, and he says, "Don't move, or I'm gonna shoot you," is what the guy in the back says. And I'm like, holy crap, like this guy's actually for real. So I'm a little shooken up, but again, I don't know what to do. Like, do I run? Do I try to yell out for help? What am I supposed to do? But I kind of just froze there. So the buddy in front of me grabbed my camera, took it off around my neck, and then I had headphones in for my phone, and he just grabbed the headphones and pulled my phone out of my pocket. So my phone, like if it was just my camera, it sounds stupid since the camera's more than my phone. I wouldn't have been as mad, but since it was my phone too, it kind of screwed things over a lot, because my phone had my itinerary, because I was also traveling to New Mexico while I was down there, so it had all my stuff for traveling again, and obviously back home, and obviously my number and all that stuff. So it kind of really sucks. Anyways, so they take my stuff, and he says, give me everything you got. And I just don't even move. Like, again, I got a gun pointed at my back. I don't know what to do. So they, like I said, they just take my camera, they just take my phone, and then they just take off across the street, Orangewood Street. So I look over, and on Orangewood Street, there's 3 cars just in a line watching me get mugged in the middle of the day. Not helping, not doing anything. And that's the thing that like makes me so mad at this point, and like so mind blown about the States, is that people are so don't want to help. Like if I said, if this happened in my city, those guys probably wouldn't even make it half a block, or at least if someone's watching and they did have a gun, someone would have called the cops while just standing there. Like, someone would have at least helped a little bit, whether or not even just like ran or like watched where these guys went. But yeah, so the 2 guys with my stuff ran across the street into kind of like a neighborhood, and so I run up to the very first car on the street, and I knock on his window, and I'm like, dude, like, I just got mugged. Can you, like, call somebody? And he doesn't even roll his window down. All he does is shoos me off and drives away. And again, I am so mad. Like, again, like, I'm so angry how... I'm not gonna say all Americans, but, like, just in that situation, it's just so... It makes me so angry. So I'm panicking. Like, my stuff is gone. I don't know what to do. So... I was like, do I go knock on someone's door? But I'm like, well, I probably shouldn't, because those guys just ran that way. So I'm assuming there's going to be more bad people, and taking the fact that these people in this car aren't going to help me, I'm pretty sure someone that I knock on their door is not going to help me. So I remember like a couple hundred feet back, there was this kind of like nice little apartment building, I guess. So I quickly ran back there. It took me like a minute. Opened up their door and like ran in. I was like, I need your phone. Like, I need your phone. I just got mugged. So the girl in there was actually super duper nice. So she gave me her phone, called number for me. Cops came in like 5 minutes. So again, in this scenario, it's more of like a US thing. So I was talking to the cop there, and he's like, okay. I told him all the details, what I remember what they look like. They're like 2 younger guys, like I said, 19, 20. One a bit taller, one a bit shorter. And again, like I was saying to some people, like, you don't realize, like, when you're watching like those like criminal shows, and like the person asks you to like try to remember what they're wearing, you would think that they would remember what they're wearing and stuff like that, but that's not what you're focused on. Like, maybe if like they didn't have like a gun to my back, I wouldn't have been so freaked out. But like I couldn't remember or anything, right? And so like I had no way of like telling them what they were wearing and stuff like that. All I could tell them is like kind of what he looks like, how tall and short, and basically 2 Hispanic guys. That's like what they're looking for. But anyways, so talked to them. They told me, okay, just like hold up. We found 2 guys down the road. We're just gonna get you to jump in the back of the car, and you're going to identify if these are the guys or not. I was like, okay, perfect. So jumped in the car, drove down like half a block, and they pull out the first guy, and the first guy, like, everything matched but his age, and 100% wasn't the guy. And so like they pulled out some guy, and he was probably like 30, maybe 35, and I was like, no, it's definitely not the guy. Like, I'm looking for a way younger guy. I pulled out the second guy, same thing, he's a bit older. I'm like, no, those aren't the guys. So the cops are like, okay, well, that's all we can do. So do you want us to just like, where do you want us to drop you off? I was like, okay, well, just drop me off at VidCon, I guess. So they dropped me off at VidCon, and I remember specifically the cops like, okay, we'll keep in touch. And I look at the cop, I'm like, well, how? He's like, well, you have email. I was like, yes, I have an email, but like, how am I supposed to get onto it? And he says, you'll figure it out. And I'm just like, seriously? Like, I knew my stuff was gone. Like, no way am I gonna get my stuff back. Like, it's gone now. So I'm so mad. And like, I knew I wasn't gonna figure it out. And oh, I remember like when I was talking to the cop too, I was like, he asked me, he's like, what kind of phone do you have? I was like, a Google Pixel. He's like, oh, okay, well, if you had an iPhone, we could have tracked it. And I was like, no, can't you guys track like SIM cards? Like, this is a bigger one, but it's like it's the card that goes in your phone. You guys know what a SIM card is. Because in Canada, you're able to track those specifically. It doesn't matter what kind of phone you have. Specifically, you can track those. And I'm pretty sure it's the same in the States. You just basically have to call the carrier. But it doesn't matter. So he says, no, you can't track SIM cards in US. You can't do it. I was like, okay, well, obviously if he's telling me I can't do it, I can't do it. So I go pick up my badge. I'm trying to just basically deal with the day as much as I can. Because again, I'm so mad. I'm just like, obviously I got like $1,000 worth of my stuff stolen. So, get my stuff. I was sitting there, I was like, okay, well, I need a phone while I'm down here. Like, I can't not be down here for 4 or 5 days and I'll have a phone, have nothing. So, I met these 2 British guys, and I was like, okay, like, have you guys seen like a T-Mobile store, a Verizon store, like anything? And they're like, yeah, we saw one down the road. Just keep walking down this road and you're fine. So I walked down that road for like an hour. Finally found the store, walk in, and these 2 people at the phone company, oh my god, they were the most helpful people ever. And like, out of everybody, they helped me the most. And thank you so much. Thank you. Anyways, so I walk into the phone company and I'm like, okay, I just need like a burner phone. Or kind of told them what, like, the rundown, like what happened. Like, I just got mugged like 2 hours ago, not even. And I just like, I need a phone. So the girl's like, okay, yeah, we can set you up. So they gave me like a burner phone, obviously is what I'm using now. They gave me like a wicked deal on it and gave me a plan on it. But the girl's also sitting there saying, she's like, well, what kind of phone did you have? I said, well, I had a Google Pixel. And she looks at me and she's like, you know, we can track those. And I didn't know if I wanted to be like mad, like angry at the cop for telling me I couldn't track my phone, or like happy that I'm able to track it. So she's like, yeah, no, like all you have to do is consider like a Google phone. All you have to do is log into your Google account and it actually tracks your devices for you. So she got on her computer for me. I typed in my Google account and my phone pops up. And the last time it pinged was like 22 minutes ago. And where it was only like, it was kind of like around the corner where I was, like maybe half a mile away. Like it was relatively close. So, excuse me. So yeah, no, I was like, holy crap, like there it is. So I called the cops back and I'm like, okay, like I pinged my phone, I was able to track my phone. Can I have someone like help me come get it back? And the cops are like, yeah, well, are you at the location? And I'm like, no. Why would I be at the location of where these 2 guys are that just mugged me? with a brand new phone waiting for cops. I was like, that's basically setting me up to like get shot. I was like, what the heck are you guys talking about? They're like, well, we can't do anything unless if you meet us at the location. So I'm like, okay. I'm angry. I'm so mad. So I'm like, okay, well, if that's what you want, that's what you want. So I thanked the people at the phone store. I'm like, oh my god, you're so much help. Got an Uber, drove to this location, called the cops back. I'm like, okay, come quick. Like, I'm here. I don't see the guys, but like, even if they like leave or something, like, just like come. Like, I don't even know. I didn't even know what I wanted. I just wanted obviously I just wanted my stuff back. So cops come an hour after I called them, and he gets out of his car, doesn't even look at my phone to like see what location is. He gets out, he says, there's not a lot we can do. And I was like, why? He's like, well, where your phone's pinging is in a storage bin container, like a bunch of them. There's like I think there's like a line of like 10 storage bin containers, and there's an apartment right beside it, and it's pinged like right in the middle. And so he's like, we're not gonna go knock on like 10 people's doors to look for your phone. And I looked at him, I was like, hey, I 100% understand that, but even if you like take like 45 minutes out of your time and you knock on the door and look for the guy, maybe, and I could tell you, hey, that's the guy, and then you would know like my phone's in there because I can play a sound off my phone that I have now to make my other, like my phone make a sound. And he's like, no, we can't do that. And I'm like, okay, wow, you're lots of help. So he's like, well, the most thing we can do is basically just kind of like listen for your phone. You can make it make a sound, and we can just kind of listen. I was like, okay. So basically, that's what I did. I played the sound, and I didn't hear nothing, obviously. Like, it says now, like, I think at the time it was like an hour and a half now, since my phone has been pinged. So it's been, I think they probably turned it off at that point. But yeah. So anyways, like I said, I didn't hear my phone, nothing. So the cops are like, yeah, there's like nothing we can do. And I was like, okay, well, like, I understand, like, just not a lot, but like, had it been something. So he basically is like, okay, well, that's all we can do, bye. Leaves. And in that scenario, like, I don't think you just leave somebody that, like, you kind of know the people are around that area, and you see me with cops with another phone. Like, I don't know, if I were the guys that's like stole my stuff, I'd be like, what the hell? And like, I don't know, try to like talk to me and like go hurt me or something. I don't know. Anyways, so basically that was it. Like, I just drove back, I got an Uber back to VidCon, and that was it. But like, it kind of really sucks. In situation like that, like, I can't hold on to the fact that like my stuff was stolen. Again, obviously it sucks, but like, I bought a new camera, that's what I'm using right now. It looks kind of the same. Bought a new phone. They're just objects, right? And so I'm not hurt. I'm not shot. I'm fine. But like I said, I'm perfectly, like, I'm mad about it. But like, again, I'm not gonna freaking freak out and like hold it forever. Like, I'm fine. But anyways, guys, like I said, I just wanted to let you know why half the video, my VidCon video is gonna be a little messed up. Also, that's why like I didn't actually like vlog a lot. Like, I took lots of like videos of like stuff, but you'll like, kind of notice that like last year's video, like, I like talked between like every day, like, kind of tell you what happened. I was actually like in the convention, like talking a lot. This time, like, I just wasn't feeling it. Like I said, yes, I got this new camera while I was there, but just like I wasn't feeling it at the time. And like I said, obviously I was still mad while I was down there, but again, I still got lots of footage for you guys for that. I hope you enjoy it. Anyways, guys, just like I said, I wanted to let you know. Have a great rest of your guys' weekend, guys, and stay awesome.